slide I will discuss the rest of the amino acid. We talked before the glycine, we talk also the alanine, and just a general information of amino acids, so we can keep or memorize these amino acids in our brain. So we will start with the valine, and we can notice that the nickname of the valine is VAL. It's the first three letters, so there is you can predict it. There is not no trick here, and the initial is V. Okay, so the valine, as any amino acid, it contains the carboxylic group, the central group, and the amino group, which is any amino acid contain these groups. It contains the carboxylic group, the amino group, and the central group. But what is so special about the valine, it contains also C, and then the carboxylic, the methylic group, two methylic groups, as you can see here. So what is the valine from the alanine? That is, there is a central carbon and then the methylic group, but the valine, we add more carbon, and this carbon is added to the 2-methyl group, which is make the valine is a branched amino acid. And you have to notice that more close to the carbon make it more unflexible. There is no movement. Flexible, there is more movement, but here's when we just more close to the central carbon make it unflexible. So the first one is very hydrophobic. Why it's very hydrophobic? Adding more carbon, more hydrogen make it don't like water. More carbon, more hydrogen makes it more very hydrophobic. It's also branched chain, and you can see the 2-methyl group, and that is so important because it contains the 2-methyl group attached to the C or to the carbon, and this carbon attaches to the central carbon, which is makes unflexible because it's more close to the central carbon, so there is no movement. Because it contains no charge, we called it nonpolar. No charge here, it's a nonpolar. And the glucogenic, because the amino acid subdivided into some glucogenic, some ketogenic. Glucogenic because it will in another steps it will be to the cysteine coenzyme A, and then it will produce its glucose, so we can say glucogenic. It's completely glucogenic, the valine amino acid, nonpolar, very hydrophobic, branched chain, and unflexible. What is so special about the valine also, there is it by a mutation that is happened, that it maybe lead to something which is called the skill cell anemia. And the skill cell anemia, that's a hemoglobin adult is changed to the hemoglobin. We can say hemoglobin adult, hemoglobin A, it is changed to the hemoglobin S, which is known as a skill cell anemia. And that is caused by the mutation of the beta globulin, because the hemoglobin, it contains of 2 alpha subunits and 2 beta subunits. The mutation, it happened in the beta globulin of the hemoglobin. But why is that related to the valine? Because it is swapped off from glutamate to the valine. And is that a big change? Yes, because we will revise the glutamate again. The glutamate is a very hydrophilic. It like the water. And the glutamate, the initial of it, not like the valine. Valine, the initial is V. The initial of a glutamate is E. And we will discuss, there is a trick here, and we will know why the glutamate, the initial of it is a E. So it will be changed from a glutamate to the valine, from more hydrophilic to the more hydrophobic, and that is lead to formation of lung fibers, and that's misshaping of the RBCs, and that is lead to the clog of the blood vessels. So when there is a change in the shape of the RBC, so that is will be like more coagulation, and there is abnormality in the body, and that is lead to the skill cell anemia. So that skill cell anemia, that is due to the mutations of E6V and 6. Maybe that is related to the 6 position. I just mentioned to you what is important about the valine, what is so special about the valine, so we can memorize it. So it is changed from the glutamate to the valine at the position of 6. And again, valine, that is lead to the coenzyme A to the glucose, and that's why we can say that valine is glucogenic. It's glucogenic because it turns to the glucose, and we can get useful from it by turning to the glucose. It also essential amino acid. Why we call them is essential amino acid? Because we have to get it from the food. When I said essential, that's mean we have to get it from the food. We have to take it from the food. Which type of the food, especially the proteins, and we have to to eat more food that is rich in the protein so we can get the valine. The branched amino acid, because the valine is a branched amino acid, the branched amino acid, when they break down like valine, isoleucine and leucine, they will lead to formation of a branched chain alpha keto acid dehydrogenase complex. And if there is a mutation in the branched chain keto acid dehydrogenase, which we say BCKD, that is lead to the disease which is known as a MALPL, which is in poor metabolic disease, maple syrup urine disease. And this is another thing that is related to the valine, so we can know what is special about the valine. So the valine, we have two things special about it. Is a sickle cell anemia, and the other thing is a maple syrup urine disease. And we know that is normally or physiologically that is lead to the branched chain alpha keto acid dehydrogenase complex, but when there is a mutation in it, that is leaded to the maple syrup urine disease. And we have the valine, which is a branched isoleucine, leucine, they are a branched amino acid. So that the upcoming amino acid, I will discuss it later, is leucine. So the leucine is another branched amino acid. So again, the valine is a branched amino acid, and now we know that there is a carbon, and this carbon is attached to the 2-methyl group, and we know the initial is V and the nickname is Val. Thank you so much.